And sorry about that interruption. We are back. Hopefully the internet holds a little better here. We got a rough connection in Blaine. Blues start the second period with Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard up front. Komodowski, Miniman on defense. Blues lead 1-0 after that first period. Komodowski, Miniman on defense. Blues lead 1-0 after that first period. This puck is sent all the way down. They're going to call off icing as they say it was touched. Puck is sent up the sideboards. Spatansky on a heavy forecheck causes a turnover. Miniman puts it back in deep for Wessel. Wessel behind the net takes the hit. Again held in by the glove of Komodowski this time. Put back down deep. Milwaukee take it right back. They battle in the corner. Wessel caused them to send it behind the net. They're going to bring it back far side. Now they reverse. They send it towards the front of their net. Bring it back behind. Good step up by Miniman. Breaks up the initial pass. Good play by Spatansky covering the blue line, holds it in, and finally Milwaukee able to clear it. Puck picked off by Komodowski. He puts it in off an Admiral player's stick. Puck sent in front by Blanchard, and Komodowski can't get any stick on it, and that goes all the way down for icing as Milwaukee just clears it after that pressure.
It's actually going to be the problem for this one. All right, let's keep it.
Fine on YouTube, so let's tell them to do that. Those of you on Facebook, if you can hear, we understand there's some Facebook issues. Join us on the YouTube page. Seems to be streaming a little bit better. Rubis to Peterson, long shot from the point. Blocker saved, goes into the corner for Giorgio. Giorgio right back out to Peterson. Peterson tries to go to Rubis, hits a skate. Rubis grabs it, puts it off the boards for Boyer. Boyer circles on the red line, makes a move, takes it to the outside. Gets around, reverses in the corner. Sauce pass to the point to Rubis. Rubis to Peterson at the far circle. Back to Rubis. Rubis pulls up, sends it back to Peterson. Peterson with the shot. That gets through. Pad save. Rebound picked up by Boyer in the corner, who backhands it back to Peterson. Peterson to the sideboards to Boyer. Back to Rubis at the point. Down low for Zilm. Zilm has it bounce off of his stick. Milwaukee grabs it. They're going to bring it right back out. And they put it in deep, and that's going to go all the way for icing against the Admirals. Blues will send out Crowley, Bowers up front. Smith and Brooks, the defensive pairing. Face-off won by the Blues. Crowley's pass to the point, picked off. Smith steps up to hold. Finally, they get it to the neutral zone. Bowers going to bring it right back in. Long shot, and offsides is blown after a shot already goes past the net into the corner, and the rebound is picked up, and he finally calls offsides. That's the ref that's the linesman that got a stern talking to by the referee for missing the offsides call earlier. So he's going to be sure to call all those moving forward. Milwaukee wins the face-off. They cross the red line. They put it in deep. Puck goes all the way around to the far side corner. Brooks there braces for the hit. Or I'm sorry, that's Bauer braces for the hit and holds it. Milwaukee comes away with it. Shot on. Glove save held on to by Scanapieko. Blues change the forward unit. Fugner, Schneider, Harris come out up front. They'll join Brooks and Smith, who will continue on defense. Face-off will be to the left of Scanapieko. Face-off is a tie-up. Schneider comes in, pushes it forward. Fugner still there with it. They get it to Harris. Harris reverses. He's going to skate it up the near side boards. Oh, what a good poke check by their player. But it goes right to Fugner. Fugner to Brooks. Brooks to Schneider. He tries to get to Harris just out of his reach, and they're going to bring it back. Good step up by Brooks. Breaks up the entry attempt. Malachi Smith goes to Fugner. Fugner reverses. He's going to skate it through the center. Right back to Smith. Smith makes a move, hits a skate, chips it around, gets it to Harris. Harris pushes it in deep. It gets stopped. Fugner sends it back instead of going offside. And now Brooks is going to bring it in. And a move before the blue line causes an offsides. I don't think Fugner liked that big hit, so I would imagine that whatever number that was mentally recorded, and I think Fugner will repay him a visit here in the next few shifts. He wins the face-off. He's going to turn, cross the red line, puts it in the Milwaukee zone. Schneider goes on the forecheck. They send it far around the boards. Miniman pinches. It gets squeezed past him, goes right to Komodowski. Komodowski brings it all the way back into the blue zone. He's going to reverse in the near side corner. Now he takes it behind the net. He's going to skate it out. Brings it in, hits it off a player's skate, goes into the corner. Sends it up the boards. Schneider at the point, unable to hold. He sends it far side to Miniman. Miniman's going to bring it back in. And he dumps it in deep. Schneider goes in on the forecheck. Spatansky covering the far side, pushes it down low. Harris grabs it. He gets it knocked off of his stick. Tries to get to Schneider and bounces just ahead of him. And here comes Milwaukee. And they are offsides by a country mile. And their fans are upset about the call. Blues finish the line change after that just a little bit offsides call. Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard up front. Miniman, Komodowski will be on defense. Komodowski goes back to Miniman. Miniman up the boards for Blanchard. He sends it off the boards to Spatansky, and here comes Spatansky with Wessel, and shot towards the net off of the stick. Rebound picked up, sent back down low by Komodowski. Loose puck goes in front. Blanchard shovels it towards the net. Goalie saves it. Milwaukee clears to the point, held by Komodowski. He puts it down low for the Milwaukee player, and he's going to skate it behind the net. Sidesteps Wessel, sends it up the boards. Good play by Spatansky to hold it. He takes a long shot off the post, comes into the near side corner for Blanchard. Blanchard down low for Wessel, and Milwaukee's going to tip it out to the neutral zone as it gets past him. Miniman, far side for Blanchard. Blanchard turns, dumps it in deep. Blues go in on the forecheck. They send it up the boards. Blues defense changing. Good hold there by Spatansky to keep it in the zone. Wessel gives it to Rubis. Rubis makes a move at the blue line. Has it tipped off his stick, gets it back to Wessel. Wessel shot on. That goes just wide of the near side post. And Milwaukee tries to clear again. That hits the body of Peterson. They get it right back. And here comes Milwaukee back through the neutral zone, and they get around all the Blues players. Shot on, pad saved by Scanapieko, as that player just burned the whole Blues team to get in on a breakaway. Wessel brings it back to the neutral zone, brings it in. Missed offsides call against the Blues that time. At least they're not discriminating in their bad offsides officiating. Boyer gets it from Rubis out to Peterson, back to Rubis. He skates it off the blue line. He shovels one towards the net, and a jumping glove save by the Admirals goalie. He looks like a baseball center fielder as he jumped to catch that. Blues will change the defensive pair. Giorgio, Zilm, Boyer stay up front. Smith, Brooks join defensively. Face-off is won by the Admirals. They send it up the board. Smith drops down, holds it in. Milwaukee grabs it, squeezes it past him. And they bring it in. Good stick by Boyer covering back, knocks it off his stick. They send it right back. Smith grabs it in the corner. He tips it forward. Milwaukee reclaims it. Good stick poke check by Boyer, takes the puck right back away. And good strong back check by Milwaukee. Takes the puck right back. They go far side, move around Brooks, and then they fall on him. Malachi Smith gets it. They send it in, tips off a Milwaukee player's stick, so no icing. Milwaukee sends it up the near side boards. Little shovel pass to the center, picked off by Giorgio. He reverses. He makes a move. He's got room. Long shot. That deflects, goes just wide. Zone behind the net, battles for it, gives it to Boyer. Boyer tries to go out to the point. All Malachi Smith can do is push it back in. Milwaukee grabs it. They're going to send it all the way down off the boards. That goes on net. Brooks picks it up after Scanapieko settles it. He's going to bring it out near side. Bobbles a little, retains control. He's going to bring it into the zone. He has it knocked off of his stick, and they send it right back up the boards. Crowley covering the point, pinches down, pushes it down lower. He gets it to Wessel. Wessel towards the front to Blanchard. One-timer, can't connect on it. And here comes Milwaukee back through the neutral zone. Good back check by Crowley, breaks that up. Komodowski takes the hit, holds it on the sideboards, and Milwaukee finally able to push into the blue zone. Miniman grabs it. His pass picked off. Luckily, all the Blues players are back, so no harm done as Blanchard comes away with it. He gives it to Crowley. Crowley crosses in, and they tip it right back to the neutral zone. Komodowski goes far side for Crowley. Looks like we have some line shuffling going on here, as Crowley played that shift with Blanchard and Wessel. Komodowski gets it from Schneider. Komodowski's going to bring it out near side, crosses the red line, crosses into their territory, brings it towards the front, and gets it knocked off of his stick. Good back check by Harris. He sends it to Fugner. Fugner with a shot that gets through just wide. Komodowski picks it up. Nobody covering the point on the other side. Miniman gets it. His shot hits a shin pad in front, comes all the way out to the neutral zone. Komodowski gets it from Miniman. Miniman pass out, hits a shin pad, picked up by Milwaukee. Big hit by Harris, knocks him off the puck. Fugner grabs it. He's going to send it up far side to Schneider. Schneider tips it in, and they're going to say he didn't touch it, but clearly the puck was bouncing after it went past his stick. And they call the icing anyways. And we will be having a Zamboni break. So 8:21 remain here in the second period. Blues go to the locker room leading by a goal. We'll be back for the remainder of the second period and the third period here shortly. See you in about 15. And we are ready to resume the second period. As a reminder, Blues lead 1-0, 8:21 remaining. They're going to start the second half of this second period with Bugner, Schneider, Harris up front, Peterson and Rubis, the defensive pair. Blues win the faceoff. Rubis chips it forward to Schneider. Here comes Schneider and Harris 2-on-1. Schneider to the outside, tries to get to the front. Good diving block by the Admirals player as they clear it up near side. Good stick by Harris, breaks that up. And finally, they're able to clear and heads up. Here come Milwaukee. 2-on-2, good give and go pass 2 times. And wow, what an amazing save by Scanapiaco to keep this a 1-goal lead for the Blues. Good passing, good play, better save. Blues change the whole line. They send out Spatansky, Blanchard, Wessel up front. Brooks and Smith will be the new defensive pairing. Face-off will be to the right of Scanapiaco. Spatansky pulls it back. It goes to Smith. He reverses near side corner for Brooks. Brooks takes the hit, has it knocked off of his stick. They push it behind the net. Spatansky shovels it to Smith. Smith with heavy pressure has to reverse, brings it back near side. He tries to go up to Blanchard. Puck gets tipped by the stick of an Admirals player, and now the battle ensues on the boards. Blanchard comes away with it. They strip it. Shot in the slot. Blocker save made by Scanapiaco, and then Milwaukee continues their pressure, but it's picked off by Brooks. Brooks comes far side, tries to go to Blanchard. That's going to miss his stick, and that will go all the way down for icing. Good fast start here for the Admirals. If they brought immense pressure 2 straight shifts, Blues will send out a fresh D pairing in Brooks or Komodowski and Miniman. The Spatansky line will continue up front. Face-off is won by Spatansky. Komodowski brings it behind the net near side. He leads it forward for Blanchard. That pass is picked off. Blanchard and Spatansky battle for it. They push it out to the neutral zone. Wessel picks it up. Wessel has it knocked off of his stick. Milwaukee sends it right back, and it just crosses the blue line, and we'll have an offsides against the Blues with 7:02 remaining here in the second period. Center ice face-off, as they're going to call that intentional. Spatansky lines up to take this draw. He's going to try to pull it back to his defenseman. It goes the other way as Milwaukee wins it. They go D to D on their blue line, send it forward, tipped at the red line into the blue zone. Miniman reverses for Komodowski. Komodowski circles back. He's going to skate it out now. Forwards have to stop. Now they're able to move into the zone. Komodowski tries centering, hits a skate, goes towards the net, and puck comes all the way down as nobody covering the point, as the forward who was covering had to go for a line change. Giorgio gives it to Miniman. Miniman to Komodowski. Komodowski to Zilm near side. He lead mans to Giorgio. Giorgio has it knocked off of his stick, and here they come 2-on-2 back to the neutral zone. Good stick by Miniman, breaks up the pass. Komodowski picks it up in the near side corner. He passed it right to the Admirals player. Shot, that goes just wide. They bring it back behind the Blues net. Komodowski goes to battle for it, goes to the far corner. Pass by Boyer picked off. Admirals put it back in deep. They're really bringing it to the Blues right now. Komodowski reverses in the corner for Miniman. He skates it behind the net. Comes to Komodowski near side. Komodowski hits Giorgio in the center. He goes to the far side to Boyer. Boyer brings it in, takes it to the outside. Goes down to the corner, has it roll off of his stick. Admirals come away with it again. They shoot pass towards the center of the ice. That hits a skate. Peterson's going to kick it back into the zone. Giorgio, Zilm go in on the forecheck. They bump it behind the net. Zilm has to reverse to go for that. Milwaukee comes away with it. Picked off by Rubis. He holds up, gets it in deep as he had to wait for Giorgio and Zilm to get back on side. Zilm now battles in the corner. He knocks it off the stick. Giorgio overskates. Here comes the Admirals, 2-on-2 through the neutral zone again. They get to the outside. Good stick by Rubis, and the puck rolls in offsides. Blues send out a fresh forward unit. Crowley, Bauer, Bowers up front. Rubis and Peterson will continue on defense. Neutral zone face-off will be across from the Admirals bench. Face-off is won by Crowley, back to Rubis. He circles on the top of the dot, goes to his partner Peterson. Peterson shovels it right back to Rubis. Rubis goes far side, puts it in, and that is offsides, as he was 2 feet offsides again. Upcoming neutral zone face-off will be right next to the Admirals bench this time. Crowley lines up to take it. Face-off is won by the Blues, back to Rubis. He circles in front of Scannapieco, goes hard off the boards to Bowers. Bowers has it roll off of his stick. Good hit by Crowley to clean up that play. They dump it back in deep. Rubis hard around the boards for Bauer. Bauer tips it to the neutral zone for Crowley. Crowley has it bounce. He's going to turn, shovels it in, and Bowers was just a step off sides as Bauer picked up the loose puck and skated across. Blues will send out a fresh wing pair. Boyer and Zilm will join Crowley. Face-off is won by the Admirals. They go D to D in their zone. They got to reverse and pick that up as it was behind the man. He circles in the corner. He's got Zilm draped all over him. They're going to bring it out near side. Good stick by Boyer, breaks it up, but Admirals take it right back. Malachi Smith, pass far side, picked off, and they're going to bring it right back in. Long shot. That goes over the net. Comes all the way out to their close point. They're going to shovel it back in deep. Smith first to it, reverses up the boards. Crowley let it go for Zilm. Goes all the way to the point. Shot on again, saved by Scannapieco, and then he takes a swipe at an Admirals player. He didn't like something that happened. They center towards the front. Loose puck shoveled to the corner by the Blues. Blues flat-footed here. Slap shot. Toe save. Picked up by Zilm. He can't clear. And here come the Admirals right back in. They take a shot. Rebound comes all the way out to the point. And next shot on is held on to by Scannapieco as Milwaukee able to get immense pressure on the Blues and multiple scoring opportunities. Blues change the line. They send out Fugner, Schneider, Harris, Miniman, and Komodowski. They go give some love to their goalie, who just made a couple really good saves to keep this a 1-goal lead. Milwaukee wins the face-off. They take it down the sideboards, put it in deep. Komodowski to the puck, sends it around far side. That bounces over everything, comes all the way down to the Milwaukee zone. Schneider hits his man. Fugner there for the puck. Schneider picks it up. He gets it into the zone, tips it over, just bounces over the stick of Harris. He reverses as he picks it up, goes out. Thought he was going to the point. Schneider hits his man. They clear to the point. Miniman holds. He gets it to Harris. Harris reverses, gives it back to Miniman. Miniman shot gets through. Pad save. Rebound to Fugner. Shot on. Glove save held on to by the Admirals goalie. And that gets their bench pumped up. So goalies are having a dueling performance today, as both have had to make good saves to keep their teams in these games. Blues make no change. Fugner, Harris, Schneider, Miniman, Komodowski continue. Face-off is won by the Admirals. They take it behind their own net. Schneider in on the forecheck. They clear all the way around the boards. Harris hits his man, knocks him off the puck. He gets it, gives it to Fugner. Fugner, shot, that goes high, comes all the way around far side. Schneider tips it back to Fugner. Fugner tries to get to the point, gets it there. Shot goes behind. Harris picks it up, wraparound attempt. Pad save by the goalie. Miniman pinches, holds it down in the corner, and then gets it in deeper. Harris goes in on the forecheck. He hits his man. Fugner behind the net grabs the puck, tips it for Harris. Harris reverses. He's got a man all over him. He's getting hooked so bad that the stick is now on the ice. Good play by Schneider. Breaks it up. Loose puck in front. Oh, man. Admirals grab it, and they're finally able to clear. They go to the middle. They bring it in. Long shot. That goes over the net. Miniman tries to settle that as it's bouncing. Komodowski comes away with it. He skates it through the neutral zone. He brings it in. Tries to make a move. That hits off a skate, and here's an odd man rush the other way. 2-on-1. Good back check by Wessel, who's fresh on the ice to cover the man in the center. Rubis sends around the boards, goes all the way to the point. Shot on. Leg saved by Wessel. Now he gets it right back from Blanchard. Wessel puts it in deep with 2:15 left here in the second period. Good forecheck. Turnover to Spatansky, shot on, great save, rebound in front, picked up, sent to the side of the net. Another good play by the Admirals defense to keep that puck out. They clear towards the blue line. Peterson holds, gets it to Blanchard. Blanchard's dump is blocked, and Admiral's able to clear, but picked off by Wessel. He sends it off the far side boards in deep, goes in on the forecheck. They slap it off the glass, finally get it out of the zone. Rubis is in a race for this. He backhand shovels it to Peterson. Peterson sauces over to Blanchard, but it's over his stick, and Admirals put it right back in. They get around the Blues again. Pass to a wide open man. Another amazing save by Scanapieko. Slap shot blocked by Wessel, and they blow the whistle because the net's off. Blues were on a 2-on-1 break as Wessel blocked the pass or the shot, and it kicked to the neutral zone. That's pretty rough. Blues send out Spatansky, Blanchard, Wessel. Defensively, Brooks and Smith will join them. Face-off is won by the Blues. Brooks puts it behind the net for Smith. Smith off the glass. That goes high. Wessel plays the man into the boards. He passes it to his defensive partner. They chip it around. Good step up by Brooks. Puck goes a mile high, comes back down in play. Here come the Blues with numbers. They sauce to Blanchard. Blanchard shot. Wow, what a save by the Admirals goalie as he throws his arm up. Just at the last minute as Blanchard had a wide look at the far side of the net. The Admirals bring it back through the neutral zone. Pass picked off by Brooks. He goes to Blanchard. Blanchard has it stripped off of his stick, and they're going to bring it back in. They bring it down low into the Blues zone. Good play by Spatansky and Smith to knock him off the puck. They battle. It comes to the side of the net, and Scanapieko's covering it, looking for a ref to blow the whistle because they didn't want to blow it. Blues send out a full, fresh five-man unit. Giorgio, Boyer, Zilm up front. Miniman, Komodowski on defense. A little bit of extracurriculars before this face-off. Face-off won by the Admirals. They got a lane, shot, pad, save. Rebound comes to the near side, far side board, and then they put it back in offsides by a lot. No change in personnel for either team after that offsides. 27.4 seconds remaining. Oh, number 9's trying for an elbow. I like it. He's going to be in the box. Somebody's going to get him. Blues controlling their own zone. Giorgio's going to bring it through the neutral zone. 3 seconds remaining, and that's going to do it for the first as Blues lead 1-0 after 2. We'll be back for the third period here shortly. And we are ready to get the third period underway. Blues will start the period with Bugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Smith and Brooks will be the defensive pairing. Scanapiaco, after a brilliant 2 periods, will continue in net for the Blues for the third. Face-off won by the Blues. Brooks grabs at the red line. He puts it in deep. Blues go in on the forecheck. Harris first to the puck. He spins off the check, holds it there. Fugner comes in to help him out. Fugner grabs it, sends it to the point. Smith sends it towards the front. That's going to come into the near side corner. Brooks on a pinch has it chipped around him. Fugner comes, helps out. They put it back in deep, and Fugner and the Admirals player got tied up, and Harris is going to the box for what looks like a trip. So Harris goes to the box. He gets a misconduct for that. That's a pretty weak call there. So Harris gets a 2 and 10 for kneeing, I'm assuming is what they're calling. So Blues will send another player to the box. Bowers will serve that minor penalty. So Blues will shuffle lines for the next 10 to 12 minutes of this game. We're hoping for 12. That means we don't give up a shorty here. Wessel and Spatansky are going to start up front. Smith and Brooks will be the defensive unit. And we're ready to go. So Blues shorthanded for 2 minutes after a kneeing penalty is assessed to Smith. Blues, Wessel picks off the entry attempt. He's going to send it back down. That hits a whole bunch of stuff, so no icing. Milwaukee grabs it. They're going to take it behind their own net. They're going to skate it out near side, drop it for their defense on a give and go. He's going to skate it right up the middle. Spatansky and Wessel keep them honest. They push it. Good stick by Spatansky, breaks that up. He clears it. Oh, what a great hold at the line by the Admirals player as they're going to take it back into the Blues zone. Sauce pass to the top of the point. Shot, that goes high, rebounds in behind the net. Malachi Smith grabs it. He sends it out to the point, held in there. Wessel grabs it. He sticks it down, and that is a high stick against Milwaukee. Fresh defensive pair will join Spatansky and Wessel. Blues will get an offensive zone face-off after that high stick. 1:13 remaining in the Harris kneeing minor. 15:42 remaining here in the third period. Face-off is won by Milwaukee. They take it behind their own net. They're going to wait and get set up. They reverse it. They're going to take it out far side. They go up the sideboards. Wessel all over him. And he holds him in the zone, takes the puck away, chips it in deep. Spatansky now goes in on the forecheck. They reverse. They go behind their net again. And anywhere they go, they've got a Blues player on him. Wessel steals it back. Oh, his pass to spot just behind him. And here comes Milwaukee through the neutral zone. They drop it, send it far side. Man open, shot on. Another good save by Scanapiaco. Blues try to clear. That's held in. They put it back into the near side corner. Peterson reverses off the hit, knocks the puck off the stick. Milwaukee reclaims it. Another good play by Peterson, knocks it off at his stick. Spatansky comes back to help. He chips it to the boards, and they get it towards the center. Wessel grabs it, and he sends it down, and that will be icing against the Blues. Blues will send out Giorgio and Zilm up front. They have Komodowski and Miniman to finish off this penalty kill. 13 seconds remain. Then Bowers will be free from the sin bin. 14:43 remains here in the third period. Blues lead by a goal. And at times, it's been all Admirals today. They have had an immense amount of pressure on the Blues. But the Blues goaltender has been spectacular in Scanapiaco. Milwaukee controls. Puck is high stick down. Nobody sees that. Finally, Blues grab it, and they send it all the way down, and that will be another icing against the Blues. Another great save by Scanapiaco. And Blues lucky to get out of that penalty kill situation, still in the lead. They're going to start this 5-on-5 play with Giorgio Boyer Zilm, as that penalty had just expired as the icing took place. Miniman Komodowski continue on defense. Face off one back to Komodowski. Skates it behind the Blues net. He sauces it up to Boyer. That's picked off. They chip it around Komodowski back to the corner. They put it back behind the net. Miniman knocks it off his stick. Giorgio comes to help. Milwaukee comes away with it. They're bringing in the Blues corner. Picked off by Giorgio now. He goes off the boards to Zilm. Zilm tries to chip it off the boards to himself, and Milwaukee with a good stick blocked that. Komodowski grabs it, goes far side for Zilm. Zilm puts it in deep. They wave off icing for some reason. I'll take that. And they're going to put it into the far near side corner. Milwaukee battles with Zilm and Giorgio. Zilm pulls it back down lower into the corner. Giorgio hits his man. He battles for it. Giorgio pushes out to the point to Komodowski. Komodowski with the move goes back near side to Giorgio. Giorgio shot towards the front. That deflects, goes to the far boards. Miniman grabs it. His shot hits the skate. Giorgio picks up the loose puck. He goes back to Miniman. Miniman back down low for Boyer on the far side boards. Shot, that's deflected just wide of the net. Komodowski picks it up. He takes a hit, holds it in the corner. They drop it down low. No Blues there, as Admirals player is going to skyrocket that all the way down. Not far enough for icing. Miniman settles it, dusts it off a little bit. He's going to bring it out far side. He hits Giorgio. Giorgio up front to Crowley. Crowley gets around his man. He goes into the corner, drops it for Schneider. Schneider sidesteps a hit. Blues have a power play coming up, and then that should be another one as Schneider gets tripped there too. So Blues go to their first power play. Blues send out Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard up front with Smith and Brooks on defense. Spatansky lines up, take this draw to the Admiral goalie's left. It is tied up. Milwaukee comes away with it, and they're going to clear it all the way down, and that's icing. So we'll do it again from their goalie's left. Scanapieko shot all the way down, hits Smith's skate, so the ref has to come out to grab it. No change in personnel for either team after that icing. Spatansky lines up to take this one. It is won by the Blues. Blanchard goes to Smith. Smith skates the blue line. He goes to his partner Brooks. Brooks back to Smith. Smith with space back to Brooks. Brooks back to Smith. Smith shot on, goes just off the stick. Blanchard gets dropped in front. Good block by Wessel to hold the puck in the zone. He picks it up, sends it to Smith. Smith back to Wessel. Wessel to Brooks. Brooks to Spatansky, out to Smith again, back to Brooks. Man, they're moving it too fast. Back to Smith. Over to Wessel. Wessel down low for Blanchard. Blanchard down lower for Spatansky. He circles, goes to Blanchard. Give and go right back to Spatansky. Drops it for Smith. Over to Brooks. To Spatansky, just out of his reach. Loose puck picked up by Wessel. Shot put on net, saved by the Admirals goalie. Brooks tips it to Smith. Right back to Brooks. Right back to Smith one more time. Down low for Spatansky. In front for Blanchard. One-timer, glove saved by the Admirals goalie. Blues will send out Fugner, Schneider, and Crowley up front. 11:36 remains here in the third period. 46 seconds remaining in the Blues' first power play of the game. Fugner will be centering this line. Crowley is slotted on the wing. Fugner lines up to take it. Face-off is tied up. Schneider grabs it, tries to get to the point. It gets deflected. Rubis comes away with it. He skates his own blue line. He goes up to Crowley. Crowley to Fugner. Fugner to the outside. He gets hit, but he pushes through it, gets to the puck first, takes it into the near side corner. Schneider gets there. He holds it for Fuchs. Fuchs gets it back. He takes a shot over, tries to hit Crowley through the slot of the crease. He gets it back to Rubis now. Rubis skates the blue line, goes to Peterson. Peterson skates it down low, out high to Rubis. Down low for Crowley. Crowley shot on, pad save in front. Loose puck is picked up by Rubis. He tries to hit Schneider. It's behind him. Crowley picks it up. Back out to Rubis now. Rubis over to his partner Peterson. Peterson circles. He takes a shot. That hits the crossbar. Comes all the way out far side. Good hold by Crowley at the line. He sends it to Fugner. Fugner shoots. Peterson picks it up. He reverses in the corner. They try to clear it to the boards. Schneider with a good stick holds it down. He puts it in deep. And Crowley goes in on the forecheck. They send it far side. Good hold at the line by Rubis again. And Admirals finally able to clear. And they now lead man the puck across the blue line. Shot. Hits Komodowski's shin pad and goes into the netting. Couple good opportunities on the second part of the power play there. Nothing going though. And we continue with 10:17 left. A one-goal lead for the Blues, 1-0. Blues send out the Giorgio, Boyer, Zilm line up front. Miniman, Komodowski on defense. Face-off is won by the Blues. Giorgio skates it up the center, chips it forward for Zilm. He gloves it down to himself. Admirals take over, and they're finally almost able to clear. Helped by the linesman, holds the puck in. Blues put it back deep. Boyer goes in on the forecheck. Zilm comes in on the forecheck. Admirals able to clear it. They chip it around Komodowski, and they both go down, and they're going to call that against Komodowski for holding. So in what looked like both players holding on to each other, Blues go to the penalty kill as Komodowski takes a holding minor with 9:49 remaining here in the third period. Blues bench is talking to the referees, and now they're going to go give Patty the bad news. And he just found out he's going to the sin bin. Blues will start the penalty kill with Giorgio and Zilm up front. Miniman and Peterson will be the defensive pair. Face off, won by the Admirals out to the point. They send it to the near side dot. They shovel it in front. Shot on. Pad saved by Scanapieko again. Peterson sends it up the near side boards. That's held there by an Admirals player. They put it back behind the net. Miniman battles in the far corner for that one. Admirals player come away with it. They take it behind the Blues net. They try to put it in front. That's pushed aside by Miniman. He clears all the way out, and that is not going to go far enough for icing. Zilm goes in on the forecheck. Giorgio stays back. They shovel it up the near side boards. Good play by Boyer. Knocks it off their stick. Gets it to Giorgio. Giorgio to the outside. Short-handed shot. Loose puck in front. Zilm can't get to it. He finally grabs it. Puts it down low for Giorgio again. Giorgio shakes off a check. They're going to clear it out. And good back check again by the Blues, or I should say forecheck by the Blues. And they finally are able to get it back into the Blues zone. But Peterson steps up, knocks it right back to the neutral zone. Zilm grabs it, goes to Giorgio. Giorgio, he's going to chip it in deep and go for a change, as that was a pretty long penalty kill shift at 1:10 for all four players. Blues finish the line change. Wessel picks off the pass as he's fresh on the ice. He sends it back near side for Spatansky. He crosses, puts it in deep. High stick down, no call there. And now Wessel pushes him behind his own net, and he stays on him the whole way. Spatansky comes in and heads up. They get around both. 4-on-2. They pull up, though, to set up their shot. Long shot. That gets on, and puck is saved and held on to by Scanapieko with 19 seconds remaining in the Komodowski minor. Face-off won by the Admirals. Spatansky gets out to the point to block the shot. They've sent it down low. One-time fanned on, next shot from the point, blocked by Wessel's shin pad. Milwaukee controls on the blue sideboards down low. They send a point shot, deflects off their own player's stick into the netting. 2 seconds remaining in the Komodowski minor. 7:51 remain here in this third period. Blues send out Peterson and Rubis to join Spatansky and Wessel. Face-off won by the Blues. Rubis gets tripped, draws a penalty right as their penalty expires, so Blues about to go on the power play. Spatansky gets around the last man, gets to the puck first. He gets tripped. Should be 2 tripping calls there. That's twice in a row. Admirals have taken a penalty and then had another one as we were waiting with no secondary call. .27 for the Admirals goes to the sin bin for 2 minutes here with 7:35 remaining. Blues will continue with Spatansky, Blanchard, Wessel up front. Face-off won by the Admirals. They send it hard off the glass. Rubis can't hold at the line. That goes all the way down, and that will be icing against the Admirals. Offensive zone face-off will be to the right of the Admirals goalie. Spatansky lines up to take it. Face-off won by the Blues, but Peterson has a bounce off of his stick. And then he's not paying attention, and they get a breakaway as they knock it off his stick. Good save by Scanapieko once again, as that Milwaukee player came out of nowhere and knocked it right off of Peterson's stick.
27 Milwaukee, 2 minutes for tripping.
Rubis controls on the blue line as he got the pass. He's got a man all over him, drops it for Wessel. Wessel, far side for Komodowski. Komodowski skates it down low, reverses to Blanchard. Blanchard goes to the center for Spatansky, picked off. They clear, glove down by Rubis. Rubis going to bring it right back in. He pulls up at the top of the dot, retreats back to the blue line, goes over to Komodowski. Komodowski shot on, glove save is held on to. .6:39 remaining in the third, 1:04 remaining in the Blues power play. They're going to send out Miniman to join Komodowski, and they're going to send out the forward unit of Giorgio, Zilm, Boyer. Face-off won by the Blues. They give it to Komodowski at the point. He goes to Miniman, right back to Komodowski. He sends it far side for Giorgio, tips off of his stick. He puts it down deep. That's intercepted. Milwaukee pushes it out, and they're going to skate it out of the zone. Good stick by Giorgio, breaks that up. He's got room, gets it to Zilm. Zilm shot. What a save. What a save by the Admirals goalie again, as the Blues got Zilm open in front, gets the shot off, and held on to by the Admirals goalie. Harris joins his teammates. He's going to step on the ice. He sends Zilm to the bench, so we'll have Giorgio, Harris, and Boyer. Or no. Yeah, Giorgio, Harris, and Boyer. Giorgio lines up, take the draw to the Admiral goalie's left. It is won by the Blues. He goes to Komodowski. He's going to skate it down low, gives it to Boyer in the corner, right back to Komodowski. Komodowski to the far point to Giorgio. Giorgio up top for Miniman. Miniman back to Giorgio. Giorgio to Harris. Harris one time saved by the goalie. Rebound in front. Tyson battles for it. He gets it out to Giorgio at the point. Giorgio circles. He hits Miniman. Miniman down low for Giorgio. Giorgio to Harris. Harris has a bounce off of his stick. Giorgio picks it right back up. He goes far side for Komodowski. Komodowski kicks it to his forehand. Skates it down low. Hits Miniman. Miniman shot on. Save. And goalie plays it after everybody thought it was dead. Harris grabs it, goes to Komodowski. Komodowski tries to go to Miniman, deflects off of his stick. Miniman gets it back, goes to Komodowski, knocked off of his stick, 2-on-0, coming the other way. And wow, another save by Scanapiaco. As they had a 2-on-0 rush there, they chip it back towards the front. Miniman picks that off. He hits Harris. Harris gets to the outside. He drops it for Giorgio. Giorgio, with pressure on him, gets knocked off the puck. Boyer hits his man, and Milwaukee's going to bring it right back to the neutral zone, 3-on-2, as a shot from the top of the circle gets on right into the blue note again and held on to by Scanapiaco. Blues will send out the Spatansky line. So Spatansky, Blanchard, and Wessel. Milwaukee controls off the draw. They take it behind the Blues net. Knocked off the puck initially by Brooks. They take it right back. They're in the Blues near side corner. Good back check by Spatansky. Knocks him off the puck. Smith sends it hard up the boards. Goes over the stick of Blanchard. Their next clearing or entry attempt hits the skate of Spatansky. He then gets it over to Wessel. Wessel brings it in. He takes it to the outside. He goes, tries to hit the far point, hits a stick, and that goes all the way back into the blue zone one more time. Smith picks it up, takes it behind the net. He's going to bring it out, drops it for Brooks. Brooks's pass all the way around, hits a stick, stops in the corner. Milwaukee grabs it. They try to put it towards the center. They get a man free, and good play by Wessel, knocks it off his stick. Blanchard chips it forward, and even better play by the Milwaukee defender to hold the line. As, wow, what a play by Malachi Smith to strip that puck. Wessel gets it. He goes far side for Brooks. Brooks brings it into the Admirals zone, gets to the outside. He tries to put it towards the front of the net, hits a skate, comes all the way out. Peterson grabs it. He goes to Fugner, covering back, right back to Peterson. Peterson's going to bring it in near side. He goes around, gets to the outside, has it knocked off of his stick in the corner, so he has to battle for it. Fugner's going to pick up the loose puck, takes it behind. He drops it in the corner. Harris goes to help him out. Harris knocks him off. Fugner there pushes the puck back into the scrum. Admirals come away with it, and they're going to skate it behind the net, knocked off by Fugner. Fugner kicks it back towards the front, and Schneider picks up the loose puck. He gets taken down. Rubis picks it up, shot, loose puck in front. Blues can't get a stick on it. Fugner gets taken down. They clear to the point for us. Peterson skates the line. He goes to Rubis. Rubis shoots towards the net, hits something, goes to Harris. Harris far side to Peterson. Peterson shot, that gets through, rebounds in front, and the Admirals are just going to turn and launch this all the way down for icing. Good sustained pressure by the Blues on this shift with 2:51 remaining in the game. Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Peterson and Rubis still on defense. Milwaukee is going to call a timeout. So Blues will get a breather here. So we'll be back after this timeout. And we're ready to get the game restarted. Blues will send out Spatansky, Wessel, and Harris. Defensively, we have Rubis and Peterson. Milwaukee takes it behind their net. Wessel knocks it off the stick. Harris behind the net picks up the loose puck. He gives it to Wessel. Wessel back behind the net for Harris. Harris with 2 men on him. He's going to hold it in the corner. Spatansky goes down to help him out. Wessel retreats to the top of the slot. Puck is pushed all the way around, picked off by Wessel. Wessel's pass picked off and heads up. Here come the Admirals 3-on-2 back. Good back check by the Blues forwards to keep that from turning into a situation. They clear it back out. They get it to the point. Long shot. That goes way wide. Harris goes to the far boards for it. He picks up the loose puck. He's going to skate it back in the Blues zone. He gets knocked off the puck. Heads up. They get it, push it in front, and good heads-up save by Scanapieko, and he just drops down and covers it. Blues will change the defense after that start of the shift. 2:02 remain here in the third. They send out Miniman Komodowski to join Spatansky, Wessel, and Harris. Face off, won by the Admirals, shot on, pad save, pushed to the corner. Admirals get to it first. They have an empty net, so this is a 5-on-6 situation. They put it towards the front. Spatansky shovels it to the neutral zone. They're going to get it back. Wessel grabs it, hits it off the skate of an Admirals player as he dumps it in, and Admirals have to regroup in their own zone. Harris picks off the puck. He reverses, sends it out to the point. That hits the referee, stays there. Harris has it, and Blues are going to get a penalty because the Admirals bench called for it. He watched the whole thing, didn't raise his hand, and when the Admirals bench argued, they called a weak penalty with 1:31 left. So Admirals will have a 6-on-4 power play for the next 1:31 as they have pulled their goalie. Blues at this point just hoping to hold on. Face off, won by the Admirals. They send it to the point. Long shot, that gets through. Pad save, pushed to the corner by Scanapieko. Admirals grab it. They go back out to the point again. They come near side. Hits off their player's skate. Almost comes out of the zone. He grabs it back. They're going to send it down low. They reverse in the far side corner. They drop it down low. They get it towards the center. Shot, that hits the side of the net. Miniman grabs it, goes behind. Komodowski sends it right back to Miniman, and then they ice it all the way down. Blues will send out a fresh defensive pair in Smith and Brooks to join Spatansky and Wessel. Six-on-4 as the Admirals have a power play and their goalie pulled. Brooks gets taken down, no call. And he is now tangled. Admirals come away with it. Brooks with no stick, bends down to grab it. Admirals send it to the Blues' far corner. They reverse down low. Reverse again, come back to the sideboards. Wessel's all over him. Malachi Smith is there, holds it in the corner. Admirals come away with it. They shovel it towards. Good stick by Brooks, pushes it back into the corner. Good step up by Smith there, gets it to Wessel. Wessel sends it all the way down. That is a tip, so no icing. And Blues will not pressure here as there's 19 seconds remaining. And they're gonna depend on defense, and that is icing against the Admirals with 13 seconds left. That's a mistake they're going to want back. So Admirals goalie goes back to the net as Blues will have an offensive zone face-off with 13 seconds remaining. They send out Boyer and Giorgio to join Brooks and Smith as Blues looking to bury this puck in a corner somewhere and just hold it there and get out of this game with at least a victory. Held up at the dot. Giorgio battles. He gets hooked. No call. 8 seconds remaining. They're going to bring it out near side. That misses everything, goes all the way down, and that will be icing again with 1.3 seconds remaining. And I'm not sure they'll drop it or not. We'll see. They are going to drop it. So 1.3 seconds remain. Giorgio will line up, take this. He's going to tie the center up. That way they get no chance to throw this anywhere. And he does exactly that, and that does it. So Blues, in what was a much closer game than I think anybody anticipated on our side. I think we came in a little overconfident, and Milwaukee controlled many parts of this game for extended periods, but Blues able to get through with a 1-0 victory after an outstanding performance by Luke Scanapieko in goal. Probably the best performance of the year by him. We'll be back tomorrow at what time, Danny? At 10 a.m. versus the Nashville Junior Predators for Game 2 of this Tier 1 Elite Championship Showcase. Until then, we'll see ya.